Oh, we all just go, oh. Well, I can't tell you how many times I sang that song to different blokes that
Actually, I was doing an interview this morning, and the guy I was doing the interview with said that DJs always called it the toilet song.
because it's nice and long, I remember.
They can go and have a...
It's about 6 minutes,
yeah,
isn't
that's
it?
right,
It
yeah.
is.
Yeah, I've never heard that before, but...
Trust a man to use it for that. There's me being all romantic.
But there were different concepts of it, weren't there? You had a different meaning to it.
Yes, well, the song was written by myself and Eric Stewart. Eric always said that he thought that having to say I love you all the time kind of devalued the phrase. I saw it more of a song of denial, really.
Yeah.
But, you know, it's up to everybody to decide what it's really about.
When they're sitting on the toilet or...
Whatever they're going to do, yes.
It was that disco moment, though, was it, when that lovely sort of strings bit came in at the beginning, and
and you think, oh no, the ugly bloke's going to ask me to dance.
Brilliant songs. But not just that, not just that one. You've written cracking songs. I mean, we've all just been humming every one of 10cc songs we knew today.
Yeah.
So
well,
thank you for our youth.
Oh, you're very welcome, and thank you for the royalties.
There's been sort of different incarnations of the band,
Yes,
haven't
there's
there?
been 3, really.
Yeah.
There was the original 4 of us, which was myself, Eric, Lol Cream and Kevin Godley, and then Kevin and Lol left the band in '76, and Eric and I carried on. And we had lots of hits, including Things We Do for Love and Dreadlock Holiday.
Yeah.
And then Eric and I split up in the early '80s, although we sort of tried to get back together again, didn't really work. But the band that I'm touring with now...
which is 10cc.
It's 10cc. We're calling it 10cc. I'm the only original member, but 2 of the boys have been with the band. Well, Paul Burgess, our drummer, was with the band from '73 when we first went on the road. He's with us and has been in the studio with us, as has the guitarist Rick Fenn, who joined in '76. So, me as the only original member, but 2 sort of affiliate members, if you like.
I'm sure sort of touring has changed from your sort of the heyday in the 70s, but you were never really crazy rock and rollers, were you? You'd be more likely to tidy the hotel room and throw a telly out the window.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
Make the bed.
Yes.
Things like that. Hang the towels up. Yeah. Bit sad, really. No, we were never like that, and I think...
But you were seen as quite an intellectual band, arty, very arty.
Yes, I think...
Great song, Art for Art's
I think
sake.
the thing is that we had our own studio, and we actually formed around the studio, and we're in the studio first, then went on the road. It wasn't the other way around, and I think that probably sort of moulded our attitude.
Excuse my ignorance. When you write a song for somebody else now, say like McFly, do you write it knowing their style absolutely for them, or do you write a song that comes to you and then a band would come and say, we'd like to perform that?
It varies. I mean, with bands like, well, with McFly, the song I wrote with them, I wrote with the boys themselves.
How did that meeting happen? How did
my son, Louis, is their A&R man at the record company, and he recommended, and it was a very brave move of his, actually, because, I mean, it was taking, it was nepotism, really. But he wouldn't have done it had he have not thought that it would have worked. And they were really up for it, and they knew all the stuff that I'd written, and they were...
I was going to say, clearly they must have been aware who his dad was. It wasn't just like, my dad would like to write a pop
song
song
it was
with
a bit more than that, actually.
He's a bank manager, He really liked it.
But they were big fans of the music of the '60s, so, and they knew some of the stuff that I'd written. And it worked brilliantly, and it was great working with them. And obviously, there was a massive age difference, but when we sat down, we were 3 guys with guitars, it didn't really matter.
I'm actually McFly's celebrity stalker.
Oh, are you really?
I'm the oldest one they've got.
Well, I'm yours, I have to say, so you'll see a lot of me hovering around doors. But we've been speaking about, obviously you were talking about your son. Your dad was very influential to you, is that right?
Yes, very influential. I was very lucky, really. My dad should have been a professional writer. He wrote stories, he wrote plays, and poems, and when I started writing songs, I'd always show him the lyrics to check over, and he would always improve them. But actually, I mean, songs like No Milk Today, that I wrote for the Hollies, that was his title. Really? His title, also with a 10cc song, he came up with Art for Art's Sake.
I love that song.
Yeah.
Great.
So
it's great with words and rhymes.
A great wordsmith, yes.
Wow.
Yeah, so I was lucky to have a someone actually in the house.
But that's part of the joy of your songs, actually, is the lyrics, isn't it? Because sometimes now you kind of you sing them and you don't know what you're singing, really.
Yeah.
But you know what you're saying.
Who do you rate nowadays, Graham? Who would you say is sort of a fabulous young songwriter?
Like The Feeling that I really like. There's quite a lot of good stuff.
You perform with The Feeling, haven't you?
Yeah, we did a gig at the O2 Indigo 2, and Dan from The Feeling sang I'm Not in Love with Us, which was great.
Brilliant.
And then the rest of the band with Sophie Ellis-Bextor came on stage and sang with us on Dreadlock Holiday.
Wow,
brilliant.
It was great.
And you're off on tour?
Yes, in fact, we start on April the 28th and finish on June the 10th.
All over the place. How many dates is that?
It's like, I think it's 29 dates.
Oh, wow.
Brilliant.
It's fun.
Is it?
Yeah.
Still fun?
Oh, yeah. We've just come back from, we've been in Holland for 5 weeks, and that was great. So we've got a few weeks off, but then we start again, and looking forward to it. Everyone's looking forward to it.
Well, toss us a few tickets. You have some middle-aged groupies in the front
Please.
row. Graham Gouldman, everybody.
Thank you.